You live? Alright. Hey everybody, so I'm not a YouTuber. This is my first YouTube video ever. Alright, so sorry for the poor quality or my mumbling, whatever. Alright, so I got one of these Wemo light switches. Alright, these smart Wi-Fi light switches so I can control my lights from the cell phone or from my Google Home, right? And I put it on, it's my third one, right? I put it on in my socket here. But what I didn't realize when I did that is that my previous one actually had 4 different wires coming out of it versus 3 like the other ones I got all over my house. So if you see here, can you see this way? So I got the neutral one, the green one, right? Then I got the 2 coming out of the back, right? And then one that's hooked up to the little screw, right? So I didn't realize that when I got this out. I mean, this is I've stripped them so I can show you guys this earlier. But when I took it out, I didn't realize there's 4. When I put this on, it actually worked for this room. But then what I realized is that next door right here, alright, it cut off this room, right? The lights in this room. So I took this back out and I was like, what's going on? And I realized there's 4 wires. So I started Googling and all that, and I couldn't find it anywhere. I had to like read some electricity classes online. These 2 wires, one is actually permanent hot wire, right? And the other one, which is most likely this one, actually connects to the next door light switch, all right? So I'll put this down and I'll show you what I mean. So I'll put all these out, right? So can you see this? So I got the white ones, the ground, so the neutrals, the white, and then the 3 black ones, right? So you're thinking like, kidding. All right. So what are these all wired? By the way, the light is on right now, so it's just they're all hot. So you're thinking like, okay, what is going on? The Wemo box says there should be 2. You hook them up, but I got 3. So what do we do? So if you got a meter, then yeah, I'm sure you can test them, see which one's hot, which one's just not. But if you don't, you're like me, average Joe Schmo. There's an easier way to test for these. All right. So what you can do, and I know which one's which, but I'll just show you here. Is you can kind of touch them. Nothing's going on, right? So I actually do know that this one here is a constant hot, right? So watch, if I touch this one and this one, the 2 top ones, if you touch them by themselves, nothing happens, right? But if you touch them both, see? The light turn on. You see that? All right. So we know that out of those 2, one's hot and one is the wire for this room. Now we've got to find which is the wire for the next door room. Now again, I already know, but just to kind of, for the purpose of instruction here for this video, can you go over here so I can, so if I touch these 2, next door, turns on, right? So come back here. So now we know that this is the always hot wire, right? This is the wire for this room, and this is the wire for next door, right? So how do we connect them and actually get the Wemo switch in there? So I mean, yeah, you could, pigtail them or splice them or whatever. But what I'm gonna do, first things first, I'm gonna go downstairs and turn off the power, so I can hit pause now. So I turned them off. As you can see here, I touched them too. All right, nothing's going on. They're all off. So now we're going to just use these little things that came with the switch and hook these up together. So let's do the easiest ones first, right? Let's do the white neutral wires first. All right, so you got them in here. Why it's easy is because they're already color coded, so it's super easy. All right, you take them in here, make sure they're all together, kind of. All right, put them all together. All right, and then you put the little nut on. Try it. There we go. When you put the nut and screw it on, it actually tightens them in there and holds them in place. I don't like that one. And it's gonna tighten them and hold them in place, right? All right. Then we'll do the green one, which is the ground. Again, we'll do that one next because it's easy to know which one's which. All right, same thing. You take it, hook it up. Twist it down, right? Probably easier from this side now. Alright, so next we'll hook up these two. So it doesn't matter which ones of these goes into the hot and which one goes into the wire for the lights, right? Because when you hook it up, it'll connect the currents, and it'll just work, right? I'm sorry if I'm not using electrical language over here, but alright, so I'll just go with a little Thunderbolt as the hot. Alright, although it doesn't matter. So here we'll hook up the hot wire, right? And the one that's supposed to go next door, right? We'll hook those up together. And we're gonna connect them with the Wemo one, right? So we're gonna connect all three of them together. And it should, hopefully, work. There we go. So they all nice and together. And when you twist them, it actually tightens them and puts them together. And the last one should be very easy. This is the wire that hooks up this room, right? Same thing. Put them together. There's only two of them. All right. And now we're gonna turn the light back on. See if the house blows up. All right, so I'm back. I turned the power back on. So let's check it out, see if it works. All right, so this room works. And this one works. So both rooms work independent of each other like they did before. I messed with all this. So there you go, we're done. All right, both rooms work perfectly. All right, all I'm gonna do now is shove all the wires back in the wall, put the screws back on, and call it a day. All right, there's plenty of videos on how to hook it up to your Wi-Fi. I mean, the box is pretty self-explanatory. You download the app. I'm not going to show you all that, but yeah, if this helped you out, let me know. Again, I'm not a professional YouTuber. I didn't have all this extra cuts and takes, so if I mumbled, if I'm out of breath because I ran up and down the stairs 3 times to turn on the power back on and off. All right, sorry for that, but if I helped you out, let me know in the comments. Peace.